Shalom. First and foremost, like praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Wakar Kadash, and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son Ba'Shem, in the name of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. Balash Kadash Kovitam, and I say Barakathan to the elders and apostles. Akim, Akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is this is a what you call it, the Famine of the Word update as of not March, April 2nd, 2026, on this Thursday noon. And as we start to see more and more approaching of the Famine of the Word, because I spoke about that previous news article that was what was that March the 25th all the way to the 28th, and all the way into now. About over there in Canada, they both sides, from the liberal and the conservative side, I believe they're going to push this anti H I think it's anti HATE speech, which we've been seeing that throughout the generation of years. Now we're going to be seeing that pushing forth more and more these other times, and I won't be surprised when we start to see that being taking place over here in modern day Babylon the Great, the mystery of Babylon, because we're seeing more and more of the famine of the word is increasing. So that's more and more persecution is going to be taking place towards the Israelites. They already had that, what you call that southern property law, I believe, which is generations and years back, and all the way into now. Because Esau is going to put that more accused of thy brother to bring up that Revelations. Because we know Esau, we know he's coming down with great wrath, because he have a short time to rule. That's why we start to see more and more of the famine of the word is increasing. And this is a prophecy that's going to come to pass, be fulfilled. There's going to be great persecution right along with it, especially that pertains to the Israelites that's out there preaching the word of Yahweh Shai, on a daily basis, on the street, according to teachings of the chief lexicon course, on the highways and hedges, the chief lexicon course, just like the apostles when they was on the scene. Paul, Peter, John, James, Andrew, when they was on the scene, they was out there prophesying while they was getting persecuted. Just like in the days of Noah, he was out there prophesying 120 years while people were eating and drinking, given to marriage, and then they persecuted Noah because they were scoffing him, because he was out there teaching 120 years. So we endure all things for the elect's sake, just like the apostles did during their times, because they was disciples of Yahushua during their times, and they was out there persecuted, especially Apostle Paul. Especially what he went through, the apostles during their times, and the apostles and elders were Akim going to go through that as well too. These are modern day persecutions, because we know what's that Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 verse 9. There's no new thing under the sun. So I just want to add a sad note to that. This is Revelation chapter 12 verse 9. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that whole serpent was called the deceiver, Devil, which deceiveth the whole world, and is cast out into the earth, and his angels was cast out with him. This book of Revelation 12 verse 10, it says, and I heard a loud voice saying to heaven, now comes salvation and strength in the kingdom of Yahweh, and the power of Hamashiach Yahushua, for the accusers of thy brethren is cast down, which accused them before which accused them before Yahweh day and night. Right. So that's Esau, Edom, wicked, coming down with great wrath. His brother Jacob.
Hello, Moto.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, my name is Rebecca. This call is regarding a state-level flag on your Medicare profile, which can restrict benefits if left unresolved. You are on parts A and B, right?
No. Yep, Revelation chapter 12 verse 10, read again. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, it says, and now comes salvation and strength in the kingdom of Yahweh, of Hamashiach Yahushua, for the accused of thy brethren is cast down, which accuse them before Yahweh day and night. Right, and that's what we're gonna be seeing. We're seeing it right now, but it's gonna really come into full effect. Accusing my brother, that's Esau Edom towards his brother Jacob. And that's when that great persecution gonna be coming. Because you're gonna have Esau gonna sign these bills into law, just like in a prime example that bill potentially is gonna be passed over there in Canada of an anti-HATE speech. So if we speak about certain topics or certain groups of individual, sort of groups of different certain groups, in particular, like the small habits, the after lifestyles, which we spoke about, and more of the just like they did, they signed that bill for the Moabites because they was I think because I remember that like it was yesterday. I think it was like 6 years ago when that C-19 was taking place, and then they was having Jake as the face of the T word. But the scriptures do say Jake shall be a terror unto Egypt. That's how it's gonna be once again these times, because Esau gonna be coming down with great wrath from his brother Jacob, and just like they about to sign that bill into law potentially over there in Canada of an anti HATE speech, because they're gonna look at you speaking about certain topics or you out there street corny teachings. They're gonna try to ban the Holy Scriptures, trying to ban the Bible, because Esau is coming down with great wrath on his brother Jacob, and that's why it's gonna be more and more accusers of thy brother, because he's gonna accuse which accuses them before Yahweh day and night. And that's Esau Edom. Yeah, the wicked's gonna come down with great wrath because you have a short time to rule. So definitely, this famine of the word, is increasing, and soon to come is gonna come to pass and fulfilled. Like it says in the book of Amos 8 verse 12, many shall run, many shall run to and fro, try to seek the words of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh shall find it. Because Esau is going to push that narrative as he's preaching the word of Yahweh Shemashai. He's going to look at that as negative, and he's going to look at you as a Terror. This for bringing out the scriptures of Yahweh Shemashai. Just like it said, it's that John 15, verse 18 to verse 19. And this is Revelations 12 and verse 11. And they overcome him by the blood of the Lamb, and that by the word of the testimony, and they love not their lives unto death. And this is right, just like the apostles did. They didn't love their life unto death because they were standing up for Hamashiach Kavshai. They were standing up for the Heavenly Father Yahweh and His only begotten Son Hamashiach Kavshai. And at the end, they was persecuted, so they endure all things for the elect's sake. So it's gonna be modern day great persecution. It's just for bringing out the truth of the Holy Scriptures. And Esau trying to ban the Holy Scriptures. You speak about certain topics, or you talk about Yahweh Shai or Yahweh, which the Heavenly Father true name and His only begotten Son true name. When they try to have a bill, they're gonna sign into play. They're gonna have a bill that's gonna be introduced. It's gonna be signed into law that you out there teaching about the Messiah. They're trying to ban that from street corner teachings or certain topics or certain subjects, or speaking about individuals or groups, especially the Amalekites, the small hatters, and the small hatters or the IDF Edomites, or you speaking about Esau particularly in those categories, or you speaking about the African lifestyle, and even you speak about the ISCE, if you speak about them, and Esau is going to lay the hammer down, because we know Esau is the modern day hammer of the whole earth, because you have a short time to rule. So as we start living more and more, living out the book of Revelation, especially Revelation 12 chapter, we're going to be seeing more and more Esau accusing our brother more, even more now, so more than ever. This is Revelations 12, verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe into the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the deceiver should come down unto you, having great wrath, because you have a short time to rule. Right? So the ultimate deceiver is going to come down with great wrath unto you, because have a short time to rule. Because he has, because he had but a short time to rule. That was that wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. The Israelites standing great boldness, the sons of Jacob prophesying against the sons of Esau's kingdom. So, and it makes perfect sense because you think about it. Esau going to sign more and more of these bills into law, even trying to ban scriptures coming out on social media, and then even on street corner teachers, even in public as well too. That's Edom is. If it's not under his narrative, if it's not under his agenda, hey, he's going to accuse you more and more. He's trying to label you as the T word, trying to throw you under the bus. Hey, Esau gonna try to do whatever moves because the scriptures do say we're not ignorant of our Satan devices. So Esau is gonna do so many maneuvers trying to demonize Jacob to being the ultimate enemy of the planet Earth, the ultimate enemy of the state. Hey, just like that movie back then with Will Smith, the enemy of the state. Back then, that's how they Esau trying to label Jacob as the enemy of the state. That's why we're going to see a more and more persecution, and that's why we start to see the famine of the word is approaching. This is a prophecy that's definitely about to come to pass, be fulfilled. And this is the book of Amos, chapter 8. Then I'm going to close it out. Yep, this is the book of Amos, chapter 8 and verse 11. And then I'll bring these couple of verses. This is 11. It says, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, land, a famine of bread, no thirst of water, but the hearing of the word shall be Yahweh. Right, so because it's going to be a famine of the word, because it's going to be the hearing of the words of Heavenly Father Yahweh, because the words of Heavenly Father is not going to be available anytime soon, because Esau trying to ban the scriptures. Esau trying to ban the word from his brother Jacob, because he know he have a short time rule. So it's gonna be a great persecution. It's gonna be more accusing thy brother because Esau know he have a short time rule, and that's why we're seeing the famine of the word is increasing because the famine of the word is not at hand. Amos chapter 8 verse 12 it says, "They shall run from sea to sea to the east. They shall run to and fro, try to seek the words, your house shall not find it." Right, so many that run to and fro, try to seek the words of Heavenly Father, your house shall not find it. While these actual biblical signs and very important signs that we're about to see, there's going to be in our inner circle around us and our outer circle around of these very important signs are increasing. And just like in James, the 12th chapter, Jeremiah 30 and verse 7, 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, yes, the 3rd chapter, Revelations 3 and verse 10. Hey, these are the times, about to enter into. And just like the service of prophecy, Yahweh Shemashai, these are times right along the elders and apostles for Akim go out there sounding alarm, about the very important signs because it's going to come to pass, be fulfilled. What's that, Ezekiel 33:33? And this is the book of Amos, chapter 8 and verse 12. Read that again. It says, "And they shall run from sea to sea, from the north even to the east." Right, they're going to run to and fro. From sea to sea, from the north even to the east. And they shall run to and fro, try to seek the words, Yah shall not find it. Right, they're going to run to and fro from the north even to the east, from sea to sea, trying to seek the words of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. And these other times, just like it was in ancient times, because we know Ecclesiasticus 1 verse 9, there's no good thing under the sun. It says, "They shall run from sea to sea, from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro, try to seek the words, Yahweh shall not find it." Right, they're going to try to seek the words of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh shall not find it. Amos chapter 8 verse 13, "In that day shall a fair virgin, young man, fear for thirst." Right, so in that day it's going to be a young man and fair virgin trying to, it says, "In that day there shall be fair virgins and young man, faith for thirst." Right, so fair virgin, young man, faith for the third, faith for the thirst for the words of the Heavenly Father, because famine is going to be a famine in the land. It's going to be a famine of word. It's going to be a famine of lack of bread for lack of water, but the hearing of the words of the Heavenly Father. So with that, this was just a quick sit-down lesson of the famine update as we start to see Esau coming down with great wrath of these bills that he's trying to send into law, even if it's from Europe, or if it's over there in Canada, or it's even over here in the United States, wherever Esau dwell at, he's trying to put these signature bills into law, which he trying to prescribe. What's that in I think that's Job 13 verse 4. He forgery of lies and no position of value. That's Esau. Esau, he fit that narrative. So Esau gonna have more accused of brother Jacob, because we start to see more and more of the famine words approaching. The scriptures do say there's nothing you do against the truth but for the truth. So we're starting to see more and more of the famine of the word is increasingly approaching. So this is a prophecy that's about to come to pass and fulfilled. So with that, as I mentioned again, hopefully this sit down lesson was edifying of the famine of the word update as of April the 2nd, 2026, on this Thursday. Thursday noon/afternoon. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kodash. In the Heavenly Father, the true name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash, Holy Tongue. And I stay Barack Thumb to the elders and apostles behind the behind. Until next time, I'm saying, and above all, Shalom.